Hello and welcome to the show that I promise to post only when I feel like it. I would have had this up sooner, but I've been grieving. I've been grieving the loss of Henry Kissinger, who died last week. Secretary of State to both Nixon and Ford. He was a decorated war criminal, apparently. He actually did win the Nobel Peace Prize back in 1973. And I believe he won it just simply because he stopped bombing Vietnam. And to be fair, that counts. All right. There's peace now. He stopped. And he didn't want to. Typically, this was a man who did whatever he wanted to do. He actually was very briefly the chair of the 9/11 Commission, but abruptly resigned because he was expected to release his list of business clients that he had through his consulting firm. And the fact that he wouldn't go through with doing that was basically just a long roundabout way of saying, hey, sometimes I get Saudi oil money. All right. So it could make me being on the commission a little awkward. All right. Because I guess the first day of work, I'm just going to show up and say, hey, that handwriting is very similar to the one that I see on my paycheck. Anyway, he was 100 years old, died peacefully in his sleep, listening to the screams of Palestinian children on the news, I'm guessing. He continued to advise presidents all the way up to his death. And even at 100, though, he must look at the state of government at the moment going like, you know what, man, enough of this under the table bullshit. Let me just come back. You know, I'll be Secretary of State again. Let me get back in the clubhouse. He's got to feel a little slighted because he's like, hey, the president's 81. You know, you got like 20 plus members of Congress who are over 80. You know, Mitch McConnell's having That's So Raven visions every other week. He just seen what's going to happen to him on, January 6, 2025, and he's horrified each time. And up until a couple weeks ago before her death, Dianne Feinstein was walking around like the Crypt Keeper. He must have felt like, give me another shot. Now, of course, that would make a lot of people upset because, again, he did a lot of, I guess you would call them bad things. War crimes, supported coups. Here's the thing about people who go into politics. Majority of them are just serving one part of their ego. And that part of their ego is grasping at the one form of immortality that the culture offers you, which is putting your name in the history book. Now, you have one of two ways to do this. You can do something good, or you can do something horrible. Now, if you don't have a lot of time on your hands, doing something horrible is kind of the way to go, because I believe the top three most written about people in the world, number 3 is Napoleon, number 2 is Hitler, and number 1 is Jesus. So out of those 3 people, 2 of them were kind of a dick. All right. I mean, say what you will about Hitler, but it's almost 100 years later, and we still don't shut the fuck up about him. Which means easy money is telling you that the move is just to be so much of a dick that people just decide to write about how much of a dick you were for decades and centuries after you're dead. So the alternative would be to do something good, which is extremely fucking difficult. I don't recommend it. I mean, I guess try, but just know that, you won't be sleeping in. Evil people, they get to sleep in and clock out early. For one thing, you need a lot more people to help you do something good. All right. The march from Selma to Montgomery wasn't just one guy. Also, if you do something good, you kind of have to succeed at it if you want to be remembered for it. All right. They don't give out, partial credit for this, but you can do something fucked up and kind of fail at it and still be written about for. Let's put it this way: you can try to kill all of somebody and only make it to 6 million, and they'll still hand you out a participation trophy for it. But I hope that doesn't deter you from trying to do something good. I hope you guys, holidays are coming up. Hope you guys do something. I'm not, but I hope you guys do something good for this season. But rest in peace. Rest in Palestine, Henry Kissinger. In his will, he actually said he wanted to be buried in Gaza so he can watch. But that's all I have for you this time. Regular show next week. Thanks, guys. Bye.